the leadership with us here at all levels. Again, batetele bahlabelele mhlambe basenogqozi. Basizeni. Uplo. Yayibona ikhosa siyashisa manje. Ukunikeza amandla awethu senihlabelelile manje kwanele manini ke manje ngizolithola ithuba lokuhlabelela futhi. Well, comrades, I'm sure, as you know, as we expected, today is Friday. I was asked to come to the commission from the 15th to the 19th, and I've come. And I've engaged the commission since the first day. Firstly, I thought it was important to give a background on the activities that have taken place in this country, particularly the activities that were touching me in particular. Perhaps I said things I've not said before, but I thought it was important for me to say them this time around. That there has been a conspiracy that I got to know about in 1990, hashed by 3 intelligence organizations. And there are many things these 3 did, which I did not talk about. I took one point only, where they conspired to character assassinate the name of Jacob Zuma. And they've worked all these years to implement that plan. I touched on some activities. I even explained the coming into being of this very commission as I was connecting the dots. But also thought it to say things I normally shy away from, because I realize perhaps that the time has come for us to do so. When we negotiated and finally in 1994, we ushered in our democracy. I'm sure many of us thought things that happened before that should be put aside. But clearly, that conspiracy and a plan to destroy the ANC in particular and some of its members, it looks like it has been continuing. But I did not go into many other things. But I said why I have put on the spot by those who hate the African National Congress. And I gave reasons why the three organizations met and talked about the character assassination of Jacob Zuma. Because I tried to find the reasons why. The answer was they believe Zuma had some information about some of their people who were in the structures of the liberation movement. And they feared that I might use this information to disrupt their plans. And that's why I've been singled out to be dealt with in this country. And I gave the background up to this day. Even the manner in which this commission was established, the manner in which this commission was named, because there was a need to create a narrative about Zuma as a corrupt person. And from time to time, those who were doing certain things kept on enhancing this narrative. And I gave few examples. For an example, Judge Squires, who gave a judgment on Comrade Shabil Sheikh, when he finished to do so, some people told a lie about his judgment, said that his judgment had said the relationship between Shabil Sheikh and Zuma was generally corrupt. The media went to town about this. Politicians went to town about this. Academics, lecturers were lecturing about it and everywhere. Until the old judge stood up and said, sorry, I never said so. Read my judgment. I never said the relationship between Shabil and Zuma was generally corrupt. Why would people say something that was never said by the judge? It was a continuation of the narrative to deal with the character of Jacob Zuma. And I made many examples. A public protector before this one went to investigate the Nkandla resident of the citizen of Nkandla called Jacob Zuma. She found no wrongdoing at all, nothing. And decided to punish Zuma on the proposals made by our defense and the police about what were things that were necessary for a president for the security. Of course, she made a judgment that even if it was made by these two serious departments of the government, Zuma, who did not ask for these things, that public protector said, but he must pay for it because he benefited indirectly. But her report, the title of her report was interesting because she wanted to enhance the narrative about Zuma. The title of the report was Secured in Comfort. Because she claimed that as they were building my homestead, I also built an amphitheater, which led to the members of parliament going to Nkandla to do inspection. And they looked for the amphitheater. Everywhere they did not see it. And there was no amphitheater. She just tried to decorate her ideas in order to enhance the narrative that Zuma is a corrupt man. It is the same public protector again who was made to investigate the claim that there was corruption between the Gupta family and Zuma and other people. There was no money. She said she had no money to investigate this particular matter. Those who handled the money found the money that we were saying is not there to give her. Even went on shortcuts to her so that she should do this investigation. And of course, when she said a commission of inquiry was necessary, firstly, she took the powers of the president to identify a judge that must lead this particular commission, and said that the Chief Justice must identify the judge. The constitution of this country does not say so. She took the powers, gave them to herself to choose a judge, to find another judge for the president, not to do his job, but to implement what she was saying. But of course, that was not the end of the world. The name of the commission was carefully thought out to enhance the narrative. Instead of saying, maybe we need a commission to investigate the activities of Guptas or Zuma or whoever, she said this commission will be state capture, exaggeration of the matter, deliberately to enhance the narrative. That narrative which is a continuation of what happened in 1990. Because she wouldn't tell me she did not understand what is a state. She knows, but deliberately created an impression that the entire state is captured. Because the state, which I think she was referring to, is the one that we know, which is based on 3 pillars: Parliament, the executive, and the judiciary. In other words, the name of this commission assumes that the judges are captured, Parliament is captured, the executive is captured. You can see when I raised this matter, people thought it was just because I was trying to run away from an investigation. I was indicating that it is not an innocent name. It was thought out like the phrase secured in comfort when there was no comfort. In other words, there are people, those 3 organizations that said Zuma must be dealt with. There are people who are deployed by those organizations who have been behind the campaign to get rid of Zuma. I'm sure other people would have thought the campaign that Zuma must go maybe started now. No, it started long time ago. And we're connecting the dots for this commission. First time we knew about it was in 1990, when the 3 intelligence organizations said we must remove Zuma from the ANC leadership because he has a lot of information about our people who are in the structures of the movement. We don't know when he will use the information to interrupt our work. So in 1990 already, that Zuma must go started. And of course, you would know very well that in the process of this, Zuma was once again removed as a deputy president of the country. And when there were allegations against Zuma about the arms deal, there was a conspiracy to ask Zuma to resign and go and stay at Nkandla. He will be looked after. And indeed, that information was finally confirmed by one of the comrades who named those who came to him to say, can you help us with money to look after Zuma? We want to talk to him to resign. So the question of Zuma must resign, as finally put by the National Executive Committee of the ANC, started long time ago. And of course, I finally resigned. It's a fact. But if we look at the last one only, you are not seeing the chronology of the implementation of the campaign to kill Zuma politically. I thought it was important for me to highlight these points to this commission, but also give warning to those who want to come to this commission and say things they don't know what they are saying. Like one comrade who said, Zuma asked, what have I done that I must resign? He says, but he auctioned the country to the Guptas. Oh, that is silliness. Instead of dealing with the matters that we're supposed to deal with, to indeed distinguish yourself as a person who is part of those who are implementing this plan that has been going on. And of course, I thought I should warn people by indicating why some people say some things. During the struggle, we had one of our comrades, that was a comrade of me and close friend, Chris Hani. One day, he was supposed to be killed in his home in Lesotho. When the enemy came to deal with him, with weapons pointing his house, they discovered he was not alone, he was with his children. They asked the general at that time, who was the general of the South African Defense Force during the apartheid, what must we do? Should we bomb the house with the children? The general said no. If there are children, don't do it tonight. The interesting question is, who had given information to the Boers at that time? That is a question. Who had sold Chris Hani? Maybe one day the question would be answered. And I don't want to get into many issues. I joined the struggle to fight, to liberate South Africa. For that, I was prepared to die. And even now, if I have to be killed or die, I will. I've never changed. I want people to behave, not to be reckless about very serious matters. Of course, in the process of the commission, day before yesterday, I felt the commission was not doing what they thought they would be, what they had said they would do to me in the questioning. I raised objections that led us to adjourn as a commission so that the teams will meet and see how do we proceed further. As you know, today we could not start with the questioning. That was a matter for discussion, and the chairperson of the commission met the two teams to discuss how to proceed. And they finally agreed that it is postponed today until they have sorted out the way forward. And we'll come back to deal with the matters where the questions will be asked in the manner satisfactory to everybody else. So we've adjourned today, and the date will be given later. And we'll continue to deal with the matters. I thought it was important for people not to forget that there is a narrative that has been created here that will continue, which give impression that some people were working for other people earlier, before 1990, perhaps they are still continuing. And I'm sure it is a business of the liberation movement to deal with that matter. Some people talk too much. When I appeared before the High Court in Durban, after I resigned, I gave a warning that those who are talking about me, they must watch. Because I've been respectful as a president, I must act presidentially. And I would not be following all statements. And I said, now, if they say things about me, I'm going to tell who are they. If they did not listen, at least others decided to keep quiet. Fine. But if they want it, I will give it to them. Because whatever I've said, it has been out of provocation that has been made against me, which I happen to know where it emanates from. Some say this old man is angry. I'm not angry, man. All I'm saying, people must be very careful. When I say I will tell things about them, they think I don't know. I mean it. That is why I'm asking a question. Who gave information about Comrade Chris Hani's house that had to be destroyed? Was saved by a general who said no if there are kids there. Thank you very much for coming once again. As you said, you'll come here. And I'm sure you will get to know as to when shall we be coming back. Because we will come back. Funa ukunibonga kakhulu. Ngibatla kulireboha haholo. And I think it is important to know that the struggle continues. And nobody will remove this. When I was a young man, I came to experience to be an accused. This was in 1963. I've been accused all the time. At one point, I've been called a terrorist together with my comrades. Today, I'm called something else. It's corrupt Zuma. But not a single person has brought evidence. What has Zuma done to deserve to be called corrupt? Nobody. Nobody. People have been given an opportunity. But the narrative that Zuma is corrupt must continue. Enough is enough. Bazothi ngesinye isikhathi ngiyahlanya uma ngibakhipha one by one. Khapha amanzi, vule. You know, comrades, there are things that I don't talk about. People don't know. I've survived many attempts being killed. Perhaps it's important for you to know some of these. Some, I said it in the commission. In the plane that I've been using of the state, many things have been found in that plane aimed at getting rid of me. Not once, many. At the right moment, I will give you those items that were found in order that I should not reach my destination. So when I talk, I'm not sick, I'm not angry. I'm trying to deal with this narrative, with this plan. And those who are participating in implementing the plan, they must think twice. There are many. Poisoning attempts, there are many. At one point, I was indeed poisoned. It's not a fairy tale. It's not an angry old man. I'm talking about what has happened to me. And the reason why? Because I know a lot about spies, as the three organizations said. And they were telling the truth. I do know. That was my job given by the African National Congress. And I've respected this. I've never played around with that information. But if people now want me to uproot them, I will. The fact that people said the relationship between Zuma and the Guptas is a corrupt one, they've not produced any evidence. Some, they were singing and talking to this very commission that I made the Guptas to land in a national security point. No one has said this one I did. I knew nothing about it, but it has been made my luggage to carry. I'm saying enough is enough. They can try maybe to do whatever they want to do. But in any case, commission continues to do its job. And at the right moment, I will come as agreed with the chairperson of the commission and my team that we will come and do what is necessary to be done. But I think people must not play around. They mustn't. They mustn't. Otherwise, thank you, comrades, for coming. It has been warming and indeed comforting to see comrades coming here to support me. Thank you very much indeed. There is There is always a need to support one another as comrades so that we can succeed in our struggle. Amandla awethu inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihamba inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihamba washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihambayo inde.
All right, well, there you have it. That's the address by the
washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom indlela esihambayo lendlela esihambayo lendlela esihambayo lendlela esihambayo washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom day washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom day inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihambayo inde lendlela esihamba washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-free washu Mandela hubalandeli bakhe wathi sohlangana nge-freedom day. Umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami we baba. Hawulethu umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami we baba. Hawulethu umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami, mshini wami. Umshini wami we baba umshini wami umshini wami umshini wami umshini wami umshini wami umshini wami umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami, mshini wami, umshini wami we baba. Haule tun shenewam 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 we baba. Hi when we are bambesela shenewam we baba. Hi when I'm musum bambesela shenewam we baba. Siyabonga. Amandla, amandla, amandla.
Siyabonga comrades, umcimbi wethu uzawuphelela lana. Besicela ukuthi bonke abaphethe ama-poster basishiyele wona la. Sisazowadinga la ma-poster. Yinde le ndlela. Supra, the people are demanding you. Supra.
Amandla, awethu, Mandla, Kyaruna, viva, Mandla, Tsitsipela, President Jacob Zuma, Tsitsipela, President Jacob Zuma, Tsitsipela, Mandla, Liabasabana. Comrades, when the president has spoken, we must all follow on the line of the president. Amandla! Awethu! Mandla! Molatu king habatle ho tsoga man o robaletse. Molatu king habatle ho tsoga man o robaletse. Mokgatlo wa rona wa go tlhoka man o robaletse. Mokgatlo wa rona wa go tlhoka man o robaletse. Molato ke ga batla go tsoga man o robaletse. Hai tsoga man o robaletse. Hai tsoga man o robaletse. Politiki e aga mokgatlo man le robaletse. Politiki e aga mokgatlo man le